Hey there, and welcome back, and let's keep on keeping on. So we're going to move on in the next step in the 10 steps to enjoy the process of whatever you do. Let's head on to chapter 7. So in chapter 7, we're going to look at not striving for perfection. So this is a guaranteed enjoyment killer. In fact, expecting perfection from yourself or from others can make your life miserable. Everything you do will become a challenge, but in the worst possible way, meaning a stressful, frustrating, hair-pulling challenge. No matter how hard you try, you're never satisfied and always think you could do better. Expecting perfection from the people around you can also put a big strain on your relationships. But why shouldn't we seek perfection and strive to be the best at what we do? It's because perfection is unattainable. However, being your best is totally in your grasp. There's a fundamental difference between the two. People who strive for their best are at peace with themselves and with the world. Perfectionists are always striving to achieve better than their best. Before we go any further, let's pause for a moment and take the following perfectionist test to see if you fall into that category. If you're focusing too much on perfection and much less on enjoying the process of what you do, you'll display some or all of the following. You're never satisfied with the outcome and revise your work over and over, nitpicking for flaws, making endless changes and tweaks. You ponder for ages before deciding. The bigger the decision, the longer you take, often overloading yourself with too much information. Then you analyze the information. You usually feel it's not enough and load yourself with more details before you can make the perfect decision. Problem solving is a long, frustrating process of mulling over all the possible solutions and the most perfect one to go with. You often react strongly to sudden crises and problems. You don't delegate because you don't feel anyone can do it as well as you. You often feel mentally fatigued and overwhelmed. Important projects become a nightmare because you overstress yourself to get everything just right. If this sounds like you, it's no wonder your life journey and what you do are often frustrating and unfulfilling. You're spreading yourself too thin, striving for perfection. So how to overcome your perfectionist tendencies? First of all, lower your standards. This one's a challenge, but when you think and practice it consistently, it'll replace your need to achieve perfection. Lowering your standards doesn't mean you cut corners or do things carelessly. It means you do everything diligently to the best of your ability and then move on. Let your new rule be, my best is perfect, and repeat it to yourself when you've accomplished something. Gradually, you'll become perfectly satisfied with your best and learn to take pride in it. Understand the value of time. Reflect on how much time you're wasting mulling things over and looking for flaws. Sometimes the value of wasted time is more important than what you're doing and can impact other tasks and commitments. If you add up the time wasted in seeking perfection, you'll be amazed that it can eat up such a large portion of your day. See the bigger picture. Our lives are a journey consisting of processes within processes that steadily lead us towards our big goals and life purpose. When you look at the big picture, you'll gain some important insights. While everything we do is a catalyst that propels us forward, some things are insignificant in the bigger scheme of things. They rarely need to be done perfectly. You just need to get them done and move on. When you do something, ask yourself, how significant will this be for me in 1, 5, 10 years? An example, spending hours rewording a report or essay when what you've already written is perfectly fine. Other than stressing you out, it's not going to mean anything to you in a year. Set firm deadlines. Set firm deadlines for yourself and force yourself to stick to them. When the deadline's up, that's it. No more revisions, no more do-overs, the task is done. Don't ruminate. A big stress factor for perfectionists is that they continue to ruminate on the finished tasks, thinking they could have done them better. They blame themselves for not having done one last review or made more tweaks, sometimes becoming very agitated. Stop ruminating by catching yourself doing it and immediately distract yourself. Get up and do something different and don't allow your negative thoughts to run away with you. Over time, this habit will gradually be overcome. Too much of anything can lead to chaos. Constantly seeking perfection is no different. It'll sap your life of pleasure and enjoyment when really perfection isn't the point at all. The goal of your journey is to experience life to its fullest. Tackle its ups and downs with resilience and positivity, and know that your best is more than good enough.